Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Wiki Comic Book Roundup. We've already covered this week's Dark Web, or this and last week's Dark Web tie-ins. Now it's time for this week and last week's Avengers books, and as well as an Avengers adjacent book. Kicking things off, we've got All Out Avengers number 4. So the Avengers had been dealing with various threats, but there were aspects of the whole thing that, namely, not being they couldn't remember. When when Black Panther was asked about this, he said perhaps these were teachable moments. So this issue, the Avengers we follow are Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Spider-Woman, and Hawkeye. So we open with Black Widow's being dropped into what is totally not a Sarlacc. I mean, it says it's not, but it says a Grexel. But the people trying to drop her into it, well, yeah, they want to get close to kill her themselves. Captain Marvel provides some additional backup for Widow, and we learned that this particular group of Avengers, as well as some AIM scientists, have ended up on a planet that's home to the Drawl. The Drawl are it says the Drawl excel in the arts, sciences, and agriculture. However, they take their hunts very seriously. Their hunting season lasts for a little under 3 years. Well, 3 Earth years. So, however, while this is going on, a mysterious woman is watching, and our narrator sees this and is wondering just who the hell she is. Hawkeye, meanwhile, has been reduced to rags of a costume. Basically, his boots, his pants, which have been turned into shorts, and his quiver. And he's fashioned a headband out of part of his armor, or his outfit. But they know where the shield generator. So there's a force shield around the planet. The Avengers now know where the generator is. And one of the AIM guys, Dave, offers to go with them to sabotage it. Because, well, they're going to expect Captain Marvel to show up. And once she does, then thousands of Drawl warriors are going to attack their encampment. So, Spider-Woman, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, and Dave go to take out the generator. And Hawkeye's costume gets torn just a little bit more, and he's basically wearing a loincloth. With the Avengers en route to the shield generator, the various warriors attack. Captain Marvel's holding them off fairly well, but the mysterious woman attacks her. And, well, she's rather stout. Captain Marvel actually breaks her hand punching her. The Avengers manage to take down the shield generator, and Dave, shortly after asking if once they get back to Earth, Spider-Woman wants to maybe get some coffee, gets shot by one of the Drawl. Whether or not he's alive is unclear. But the Avengers managed to make it back to Earth. The Scalpel, the ship they used to initially get to that planet, however, is gone. And yeah, it's clearly another one of the memory things. The crystals that the Avengers got back with the help of Dave will help the planetary defense shield make it stronger, making it more impenetrable than it already is. With Tony saying that it'll hold back gods. However, we learn on the last page as mysterious woman is bowing before the one she serves, it will only delay one of them. And that is where the issue ends. Ooh, ominous. I'm honestly torn when it comes to All Out Avengers. So on the one hand, I'm not a fan of Greg Land's artwork. But on the other hand, I like the story. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to our next book, we've got Avengers Forever number 12. Part 3 of Avengers Assemble. Things were, I wouldn't say looking bleak, but while the modern day 616 Avengers and the Avengers of 1 million BC on Earth 616 were fighting off the multiversal masters of evil in the Stone Age, and Avengers Tower was suddenly attacked by a massive legion of Mephistos. Oh, and Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, or now the All Rider, was unable to seemingly burn himself out. And so, with the pending siege of Avengers Tower at the heart of existence, God Quarry, the Captains America are the front line. The Howling Commandos, led by Captain Carter, are the first line of defense. But there are, of course, flying Mephistos, so the Carol Corps comes in to take care of them. Though one of them goes after the Carol Carrier, and gets a nice little beat down from Thor, God of Fists, and Star Panther takes out additional ones as well. Tony, the Invisible Ant-Man, is floored by what he sees inside Avengers Tower, stating that it's even more than he could have imagined from how Deathlock described it. Tony, however, is meanwhile also being reunited with Vision, his best friend, whom he built, and Moon Knight from his own Earth. But Tony has a bit of a plan to deal with the rampaging, the Legion of Mephistos, shrinking himself, Vision, and Ant-Man, or himself, Vision, and Moon Knight down to ant size, and basically tunneling below the battlefield to come up behind them. But they come upon something. There are more Mephistos. They appear to be digging. Not digging their way to the tower, but rather digging below it, further below it. And Vision says that they should access the universe of ancient energy that lies on the other side of the bedrock. Well, he doesn't finish, but one can assume it'd be bad. And the trio are discovered. Two of the Mephistos try to break Tony with booze, but manages to hold them off when a massive amount of flame saves the day. But it's not Ghost Rider. It's Old Man Phoenix and the Thor sisters. And that is where the issue ends. I gotta say, it's nice to see Old Man Phoenix in a comic again. It's a ludicrous concept, but I like it. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Black Panther number 12. Where we left off, T'Challa had discovered the identity of the leader of the group who currently has control of basically all of the entirety of the internet on Earth. His old friend Jahai, who used to be one of T'Challa's sleeper agents until his death, which kicked off this series. Turns out he faked it. He faked his death, making sure Omalola saw it. But and then basically by doing that, all the Jahai figured that T'Challa would bring in the rest of the sleeper agents, and there would be accusations that would damage the internal security of Wakanda, to the point where Akili, who was commander of the Hatazarazi, committed suicide. Basically, T'Challa did everything that he was supposed to do in Jahai's plan. And now Jahai's engaged Kill Switch, which is designed to take down the Avengers. However, and the whole idea, Jahai's whole plan is to unite the Earth under the Wakandan banner, and then to unite Earth with the intergalactic Wakandan Empire. Basically, the entire galaxy under the banner of Wakanda. But T'Challa gets a beating from Jahai, and Jahai's just like, kill him quickly, make it painless. But one of his executioners has a change of heart and saves T'Challa. Turns out he used to work in the vibranium mines, and he saw T'Challa one day, but he knows that he's considered a traitor to Wakanda already, and he's now betrayed Jahai, so he offs himself. Black Panther tells the Avengers what's going on, and he's pretty much benched. Then he talks to Shuri, trying to figure out how to fix things. Tells her what's happened. Apparently, Kill Switch has analyzes the what anyone with that Black Panther encounters, or namely with vibranium provided by Black Panther, anything they do. So, to take down Jahai, it's decided that they need a team of people that wouldn't be in the Kill Switch database. So, it's not a lot of people, especially ones that would not would be willing to, help. But Gentle, Buffalo Soldier, as well as the emancipated exes of the colonialist, Tosin, who takes some convincing, and Omalola. Also, the emancipated, when all their forces are brought together, the emancipated exes, they wish to be, they've rebranded themselves as the Awesome Death Brigade. And they split the teams. Shuri, Gentle, and Tosin take care of the Welsh Data Center. Buffalo Soldier and the Awesome Death Brigade have the Reno Tahoe one, while Omalola and T'Challa will take care of the one in Osaka, where Jahai is at personally. And that is where the issue ends. Very interesting. I get the feeling this arc will likely be the final few appearances of Buffalo Soldier, but we'll see. Moving on to our next book, we've got Captain America: Symbol of Truth, number 8. Where we left off, Captain America, Sam Wilson, was fighting alongside rebels in the country of Mahanda, along with his former and once again partner, Nomad, Ian Rogers. Meanwhile, Falcon was still in the hospital recovering from his injuries in the successful assassination the injuries he received during the assassination of the Mahandan Prime Minister. And he began to mutate into a human-Falcon hybrid. So, in Wakanda, well, military forces are incoming, and while, yeah, they've kind of got a, Theseus in the Minotaur type situation, soldiers can get lost in a labyrinth. Tanks don't. But turns out that Nomad's a big fan of Greek mythology, telling Sam that in Dimension Z, Steve used to tell him every night as a bedtime story, a Greek myth, and it would be a different Greek myth every night, type of thing. But the rebels rebels as well as Sam and Nomad narrowly avoid bombardment from the tanks. And that among the rebels is Nightshade. However, back with Falcon, after his mutation, he almost attacked one of the doctors, but he stops himself and escapes, flying out of a window, and flies to Sonoita, Arizona, where his family lives, and promptly crashes down, and his family's going to try and take care of him, help him basically. So we meet some of the rebels. Like I said, among them is the former villain Nightshade, who once turned Sam into a werewolf. One has to wonder if maybe her research was involved in what turned Falcon into a Birdman. But Sam learns that the White Wolf is in charge of, has taken over the country. Also, it turns out that Nightshade harbors a bit of a grudge against Sam because his actions in Wakanda got her kicked out of the country, as she was one of the Wakandan Forever refugees. But say that for the moment, grudges need to be set aside, so they've got a dictator to take out. And the issue ends with information being passed along that the government bombed the hospital. That's, yeah. I'm digging where this is going. I know there's a upcoming arc crossover this coming year between both Cap books. Can't offhand remember what it's supposed to be called, but yeah. Moving on to our next book, we've got She-Hulk number 9. Where we left off, last issue we learned the origins of April and Mark. They were scientists who wanted to replicate not just becoming Hulk's becoming a Hulk, but rather be getting that hitting the gamma jackpot, basically the way that She-Hulk has, meaning the being able to smash like the Hulk, but if need be, you know, while hulked out, still be a genius. However, their experiments failed, and so they figure they need to get whatever it is from Jen that makes her well She-Hulk, and they're the ones who in fact brought back Jack of Hearts, and they've got zero energy. Basically, with zero energy, they got some zero energy. But Jack of Hearts manages to find her, goes to save her. Fight breaks out. Mark is taken down by She-Hulk. Briefly, at least. Then, she throws Mark at. She-Hulk throws Mark at April, and April is trying to steal Jen's gamma, and ends up stealing the gamma from Mark instead. Which makes her bigger and also makes her head in proportion with the rest of her body. But Jack of Hearts goes to fix everything when Jen does the ultimate fourth wall break, pausing everything and just laying into the readers. As Jack of Hearts sacrifices himself to stop April. Which normally would be fine. He can handle zero energy with his containment suit, which he's not wearing. And that is where the issue ends. I honestly hope Jack's alright. I've been liking how the dynamic between her and She-Hulk, or between him and She-Hulk, and it would suck to see it just end with him dying. But we'll find out in a month. Moving on to our last book for the moment, we've got Thunderbolts number 5, wrapping up the miniseries. Where we left off, the T-Bolts were all trapped in dreams. Or the rest are all together fighting a giant interstellar threat. Which destroys them. Only it's a dream. Nightmare is behind all of it, and he's utilizing Miss America, whom he's taken prisoner, for her dimension hopping powers, and basically utilizing all of that to fuel his nightmare powers further. But and if you get Monica in her old actually, I think it's her old Captain Marvel outfit, lays into Monica, present Monica. Power Man Luke Cage lays into Luke Cage. Everyone kind of has to deal with their own demons. Even Egro. And all while Nightmare gets stronger. But America Chavez breaks free and saves the day, taking down Nightmare when Egro utilizes his ultimate attack. which makes him extraordinarily big. And Persuasion, being a Kilgrave, manages to tell Nightmare to go to sleep. But the day is saved, the team's sticking together. Guts and Glory is going to stick around, stating that the team does kind of need a drill sergeant. And I see that Power Man is as well. Monica and Clint discuss things, namely the fact that Monica was the original pick to lead the team, but she kind of says that Clint's kind of better at it because he's good at faking the confidence. But he has a talk with Cage, who's explains that the Thunderbolts is still on probation, still probationary, but otherwise he's being complimented. Afterwards, Clint calls up Bobby, his ex-wife, as she's in town, and asks if she wants to get a coffee. And apparently she does. And that is where the series ends. It's been a good T-Bolts book. Not exactly the lineup I would have gone with, but I do appreciate the music of some new characters and some lesser knowns. I probably would have had mainly because I know if I was tasked with writing a Thunderbolts book, I'd probably use a greater focus on established characters. Hawkeye would still be the leader, but yeah. Anyway, that's gonna do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.